Or Shalom Yasharala. First off, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Ha, Rakah, Kwadash, Mama. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders. Salutations to the sincere Akim, pushing his truth and sincerity around the four corners of this earth. I'm the Karab Ban Yasharala, coming out of the Lions Den camp of Yasharala, here in Jacksonville, Florida. Now today I'll be coming out with a little quick hit. I won't be before you too long. But without further ado, I'm going to get right into the scriptures. I'm going to start with Proverbs chapter 13, verse 20. It says, He that walketh with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed. See, when you walk with wise men, you shall be wise. When you walk with the men of the Lord, you know, when you abide with men that are in this truth, that walk according to Yahweh Shai, that live according to these scriptures, and they are wise men, and you abide with them. If you walk with them, you yourself eventually will become wise. Wise to what? Wise to the will of Yahweh Shai. Wise to the will of righteousness. Wise to the will of the Heavenly Father and how He wants you to live. But of course, this applies to Yasha Allah, no matter what they look like. But outside of Yasha Allah, they cannot get this. These heathens cannot get this. These other nations cannot get this understanding. They don't walk with wise men. But again, he that walketh with wise men shall be wise. When you walk with wise men, you will be wise. When you ask your elders of these various camps that are sincere brothers, what scriptures mean and what breakdown mean, well, that's a sign when they break those scriptures down. That's a sign of them showing that they are wise men. And you will, and as long as you're walking with them, you will be wise, and you will become wise. But a companion of fools shall be destroyed. When you're always hanging around a foolish person, always hanging around somebody that don't have any understanding or no knowledge, when you're a companion of a fool, guess what? You'll get destroyed, because that foolish person will drag you in and cause you to be destroyed in whatever folly that they have planned or are involved in. So again, he that walketh with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed. This is Proverbs chapter 15, verse 2. It says, The tongue of the wise useth knowledge aright, but the mouth of fools poureth out foolishness. See, the tongue of a wise man, a righteous man, an upright man in Yahweh Shai, guess what? They're going to use knowledge of right. They're going to speak wisdom. They're going to speak life. They're going to speak righteousness and truth. But the mouth of fools, somebody that's a foolish person that have no understanding, that have a for lack of a better term, an unquickened spirit, they're going to pour out foolishness. Everything that they speak is going to be folly, foolishness, and things that are non-beneficial. But the tongue of a wise man is going to use the knowledge aright. That's a benefit. Listening to a wise man. Back in Proverbs chapter 13 and verse 20. Walking with a wise man, you will be counted wise. You will become wise. Back in Proverbs 15 and verse 2. The tongue of the wise uses knowledge aright. The tongue of the wise is going to speak righteousness. It's going to speak according to Yahweh Shai, and going to take the time out to teach you so that you will know. But the mouth of fools, the mouth of a foolish person, foolish man, foolish woman, they're going to pour out foolishness. Their tongue is going to pour out foolishness, things that are of no benefit unto you. Things that you cannot take in and grow from. Continuing. Verse 4. I'm skipping down verse 4 of chapter 15 of Proverbs. Proverbs chapter 15, I'm skipping down to verse 4. It says, A wholesome tongue is a tree of life, but perverseness therein is a breach in the spirit. See, a wholesome tongue is a tree of life. Speaking the words of Yahweh Shai is a tree of life. It literally gives life to those who accept it. They become quickened, made alive in the spirit. But perverseness, wickedness, crookedness, therein is a breach in the spirit. It's a breach in the spirit. Let's take the doctrine, for example. A lot of these other ABC camps go off on doctrines and certain things. They go off. That's a perverseness in the spirit. It is what it is. It's a perverseness. And if they are not careful, or any brother, if you're not careful, that perverseness, if it's there, can allow wickedness to take root and have you to go completely off. But going back to the first point that I made, a lot of these other camps, they have a perverseness in their spirit. That's a breach in their spirit, a crack. And whatever they taking in is leaking out. They're not withholding the knowledge and the wisdom and the truth of Yahweh Yahushua. That's why they go off. But again, a wholesome tongue, a righteous speaking man, his tongue is a tree of life. It's a great benefit to listen. All right, let me check. Let me check. One more verse. It says, in the house of the righteous is much treasure, but in the revenues of the wicked is trouble. See, in the house of the righteous, in the house of truth, in the house of Yahweh Yahushua is much treasure. What is the greatest treasure? This wisdom, this knowledge, this understanding, the spirit of Yahweh Yahushua. This is, but in the revenues of the wicked is trouble. In the revenues of people that are living contrary to this doctrine, contrary to Yahweh Yahushua, their revenues, the benefit from them is trouble, destruction, judgment. So again, any wise man that you walk with, you will be wise. You will become wise. And a wise man is going to use the truth and the knowledge aright to edify, to build up, to teach our people, and also to correct. But if you're a companion of fools, you're going to be destroyed. And if you're listening to a foolish person, they're going to pour out foolishness. They're never, ever going to pour out anything wise. But a wholesome tongue is a tree of life, a tree of righteousness. That, shalom.